believe my path to the superintendency actually started when I was a little girl. Both my maternal and paternal grandparents were immigrants from Poland. And when they arrived, they worked very hard, and I had a large extended family who were really very intelligent, but again, didn't have a lot of opportunities for education. So I really was inspired by the people around me who were lifelong learners. But also I felt as if having an education was a gift. And so what I wanted to do is truly be able to give that gift to others. And so it was almost natural when I was in college to choose education as my career, and that started me down that road of really wanting to make certain that I made a difference for children. So I was extremely fortunate that when I came into this profession, I was always surrounded by people that were encouragers. And so as I worked in the classroom, people would identify some of the things that they felt were good qualities and that I was a leader and provide opportunities for me to get engaged. So it seemed as if every time I was involved in a project or involved in making some change, it opened another door for me. And I moved from the classroom into the principalship and then into district office and eventually into the superintendency. I had the passion, and I followed the passion and the work. And that's actually what I think keeps me inspired every day. I think it's important for us to understand why we do what we do and really draw off that as we work every day to make the changes that we need to help support our students. What surprised me the most is how important it is to be a lifelong learner, because you're constantly finding that in education, as in the world, things are evolving and changing. And so my knowledge, my skills, the dispositions I use in my job has to, again, keep iterating and changing. So that has been a real eye-opener for me some days, how quickly those changes are occurring. So as you continue on your journey and begin to really determine what path you want to take, I think it's critical to remember why you do what you do. You have to be grounded and you have to have that passion. There are times you're going to make very difficult decisions or you're going to be in situations that are very uncomfortable. If you can draw on what inspired you in the first place, that's critical. The other thing is make sure that you do build that network and don't be afraid to ask for help. That was another thing I learned early on. I assumed I could take on the world and I could keep everything in balance on the professional side as well as the personal side. But I soon learned that it doesn't always work out that way, and it's all right to turn to your family for support or turn to those mentors or turn to those friends and say, I really need your help right now. That's not a sign of weakness, that's a sign of strength.
This episode of Women in School Leadership, Navigating Pathways to the Superintendency, was made possible by the generous support of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation as part of the AASA Women in School Leadership Initiative.